Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Time for the new season. 2 days to go, so it's time to take a look at how Arsenal will line up against Crystal Palace, the predicted lineup. So, obviously, we still have players who are out. Fabio Vieira, Smith Rowe, Tomiyasu, and Tierney. Looking at the bench, our bench is not that strong, but when all those players are back, then our bench would look stronger. But from the first thought and from the first sight, you definitely think we definitely need bench players or additional players so that you can have a stronger bench. So how will Arsenal line up against a very tough Crystal Palace? We want to start the season on a high. Last season we lost our first game of the campaign. In fact, we lost the first 3 games. So we don't want a repeat of that. We want a good start to this season. So let's take a look at how we could line up against Crystal Palace. So in goal, very, very easy. It's definitely going to be Aaron Ramsdale. He's actually just got the #1 shot today after Leno left for Fulham early on today as well. So Aaron Ramsdale is our goalkeeper. He started last season. He played the 4th game of last season. He didn't really play the first 3 games of the campaign that were played. Those were played by Leno. So this time Ramsdale starts from the beginning of the campaign. Cannot wait to see how he does. So Ramsdale in goal 100%. He'll definitely be needed to make saves. Crystal Palace is not an easy team against the likes of Zaha, against the likes of Jordan Ayew, who always scores against Arsenal and then never scores again in the whole Premier League season. Players like Mateta, who finished the last season on a high. Players like Olise, all these guys are good from set pieces. Gehi, so they're definitely going to have a few shots. So we are hoping that Ramsdale does help us in that case. Next up, let's go to the defenders. We'll start at right back. Ben White starts once again at right back. Tomiyasu, there's a chance Tomiyasu could make the bench, but Ben White has played okay at right back against Chelsea, against Sevilla. So I think he stays there. And also, that is the same wing that Zaha plays. So you need a very, very strong defensive player. Tomiyasu, not 100%. You don't want him to be playing against Wilfred Zaha. You need a player who's 100%. That could also be Cedric, but we know in terms of marking players one-on-one, you wouldn't really trust Cedric that much. Cedric, in terms of going forward crosses and all that, he'd be okay. But in terms of marking wingers, especially Zaha, that would be a tough task. So I prefer Ben White in that position. Now, obviously, Zaha would still get better when you're playing on that side a couple of times. Like, he'll get past you a couple of times. That's why you hope the centre backs are great. So Ben White starts at right back. His passes are very, very quality. Let's hope he creates an understanding with whoever will be in front of him. We definitely do know who that one is going to be. So Ben White at right back. Let's go to left back. Left back is definitely going to be Zinchenko because Tierney, just like obviously Tomiyasu, injuries. So you don't really want him to start in this game when he's half injured against the fast wingers like Olise and all those guys. I don't know where the hell Zinchenko is, but he should be somewhere here. Oleksandr Zinchenko, I'm not sure why he is not on this list, but Zinchenko should be at left back. Obviously 100%. He's the only left back that we have right now. You could obviously have is that his name? The app has his name as Tezan. That's interesting. Wow, I actually didn't know that was that's like his third name or something. So Oleksandr Zinchenko apparently is called Tizian. That's interesting. So Oleksandr Zinchenko starts at left back. We could have Tierney, but he's not 100% fit. You could have Cedric, but you definitely do prefer Zinchenko. That's why you paid all that money for him. Many of you expect him to be playing in midfield, but the way Jacques has been playing and Tierney's injuries, Zinchenko will definitely be at left back. Let's go to the centre backs. Again, very, very easy. Gabriel starts in this position on the left-sided centre back, 100%, no doubt about that. Last season he was incredible, not just defensively but also attacking-wise. He notched up 5 goals. That was more than Lacazette. So he's really crucial both at defending and attacking. And against Crystal Palace, you need to be very good at defending set pieces and attacking set pieces. Last season they conceded a few set pieces, not a few, like a little, like they conceded from a lot of set piece situations. I think it was Aston Villa who scored against them. I think it was Target or something who scored against them before he moved to Newcastle, and they say that that considered a lot of set pieces, if I remember right. So we have a chance again here. Obviously, they might have improved this season, but hopefully we can get the better of them with the likes of Gabriel in that situation. Next to him again, very, very easy. It's going to be One of the players that we've never seen playing for Arsenal in the Premier League. This time we'll see him. That is William Saliba. First time we'll see him playing for Arsenal in the Premier League. All the best to him. It's going to be a test against the likes of Mateta, against the likes of Hudson Edouard. It's going to be a test. So let's see how he does in his first Premier League game. We've waited 3 years for this. That is a long, long time to wait. So let's see how he does. Centre back, defensively, very, very easy. So that's how it's going to look like. Ramsdale in goal, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, and Zinchenko as the fullbacks. Next up, let's go to the midfielders again. Central defensive midfielder. We are playing a 4-3-3 this season. Thomas Partey will definitely be in that role. Is going to be very important for us this season. We saw against Sevilla the way he just handles the midfield against Orlando City is going to be very, very important. Right. If you remove him from that team, you're having to play Xhaka there. I don't like him in that position. You're having to bring in El Neni, who doesn't really quite have the same qualities as Thomas Partey. So Thomas Partey 100% starts. And then either side of him, again, very, very easy to predict this one. Granit Xhaka 100% starts. He had very, very good campaign, like pre-season, especially the last 2 games against Chelsea and Sevilla. He was really good pushing forward. We are hoping he can pick out some passes like he did against Sevilla to the forward players. And it might, when we don't have the ball, it could be a 4-2-3-1. It could be Xhaka next to Thomas Partey when you don't have the ball, because Palace's midfield with the likes of Milivojevic and McCarthy, and if they've added any other players this season, strong midfield, could be very, very tough. So Xhaka and Partey need to be at the top of their game. Last season we went there. You know what happened? We conceded 3 goals and Partey went off injured. We are hoping we don't experience the same thing this time round. We also have Martin Odegaard, our new captain. Him is going to be pushing forward, attacking, opening spaces, creating chances for the forward players. He's going to be picking the locks for us. He's the creative guy. He's the new captain. He's probably going to play 90 minutes this season. By the way, we allowed 5 subs. We'll talk about that. So Odegaard starts in that position. Next up, let's go. Let's take a look at how that will look like so far fast. So that's how it's looking like so far. Ramsdale, Gabriel, Saliba, Zinchenko, White, and then a midfield of Partey, Xhaka, and Odegaard. Up front, we will definitely have Bukayo Saka on the right side, no doubt about that. Our player of the season from last season. He's going to be really good once again. Last season, he got double figures in terms of goals and assists in such games, especially the away games. He did okay last season. I remember against Norwich, against Leeds, all those teams away from home, he did really, really well. So let's hope for the same in this one. Bukayo Saka, again, we're expecting a lot of big things from him. And if you're going to finish in the top 4 and win a couple of trophies, or basically just have a good season, Saka has to have a good season as well. Left wing, it's going to definitely be Martinelli. He's been playing a lot of the preseason games, and with Smith Rowe injured and Fabio Vieira injured, it's very easy. The other option is to have Saka on the left, have Jesus on the right, and Nketiah up front, but that is not going to happen this time round unless an injury occurs. But Martinelli has been really, really good. The number of assists he's provided so far this preseason, his understanding with Jesus so far, his understanding with Odegaard, his understanding with Saka, he's been looking very, very sharp in front of goals and assists. So he starts at left wing. Let's hope he can create a few chances. Some people are actually predicting him to have the most assists this season, more than Odegaard and Saka. That is very interesting. And then up front, Gabriel Jesus. A lot of people have said it's just preseason. He only scores in preseason. I'm sure he will prove them wrong. Let's hope he proves them wrong from the first game against Crystal Palace. He's already used to playing against these defenders from his days at Man City, the likes of Gay, Anderson, and all these guys. So let's hope I would love a goal in the first 10 minutes to just let him settle as quickly as possible in the Premier League, and just to make people forget and stop doubting him about competitive games. He's not just going in preseason, but I'm sure if we get a couple of goals in this game, he's going to be amongst the score sheet. But it doesn't really matter as long as anyone scores, as long as we win the game. But I definitely love if Jesus gets on the score sheet. So this is how that looks so far. We will have Ramsdale in goal, back four of Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White, a midfield of Partey, Xhaka, and Odegaard, and then a front 3 of Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Gabriel Jesus up front. So this season, we are allowed 5 subs. So something that you need to know, maybe you don't know yet about the 5 subs, you can't just bring 5 subs at different times. You can't just bring, because let's say we are 1-0 ahead against a tough team, we could just bring in a sub in the 70th minute, waste a couple of minutes, bring another one in the 80th minute, bring another one in the 82nd minute, 84th minute, 90th. No, you're not allowed to do that. So you're allowed to make subs at halftime and also in 3 different times of the game. So if you don't make a sub at halftime and you still have all 5 subs, you can't bring all 5 of them at different times. You bring one, bring one, bring one, bring one. No, you can only bring them at 3 different intervals. So you can bring 2 together, then 2 together, then 1. Or if you want, you can bring all 5 together. You can bring 3, then 2. Doesn't matter, as long as you make all those subs 3 times, not 4 or 5 times. 3, you can only stop the game 3 times. Or you can make a sub at halftime. You can make 2 subs at halftime, and then in the second half, you still have all those 3 opportunities. Then you can make 1, 1, 1. Hope that is clear. So you can't just make subs one by one in the second half, all 5 subs. No, either you're going to use a couple at halftime, and then you have the 3 remaining for 1-1 at the second half, or if you don't have any subs at halftime and you have all 5 remaining, you can make 2, then 2, then 1, or 3 together, then 1, then 1. You get it, as long as you make it 3 different times. So how will our subs bench look like? So this is what I've gone for on the bench, or this is what I expect him to go for. Matt Turner as the backup goalkeeper, Cedric as the backup fullback, Tierney and Tomiyasu are back in full training, so I'd not be surprised if any of them makes this game but not play. But against Leicester, I think they will be fully back. And then Rob Holding will also be there as backup centre back. But I really doubt, like, if things get very, very bad in the first day and Saliba gets sent off or something, you can definitely drop in Ben White and play Cedric on the right side. Or if you need to defend, then you can throw in Holding and have a back 5. That could happen. Then we'll also have Elneny Lokonga as the backup midfielders on the bench, and then Nicolas Pepe as the backup wing alongside Marquinhos and Nelson, and then Ketia as the backup striker. Now, from that, as you can see, our bench is still not that yet strong. So obviously, as I said at the beginning, Fabio Vieira will be back, Smith Rowe will be back, Tierney, Tomiyasu, then the bench will look 100% stronger. But as of now, it's not that strong. So 5 subs. Which 5 subs might we see? The ones that will definitely go off, whether we are winning or drawing or losing, I would expect Martinelli to be subbed off. Maybe, I think. Okay, if you are losing, then you'd expect the likes of Saka to stay on and Jesus. Maybe we'll change Xhaka to a more attacking player like Pepe or something on Ketia, have a front 2. Or Martinelli could go off and you could bring in someone else. If you're trying to defend, you could see Cedric coming on for a Saka or Martinelli, or someone like I don't know, Zinchenko maybe going off, or Cedric playing on that left side. But the ones that you're possibly going to see if you're winning like 2-0, I expect Jesus to come off for Nketiah. I expect Saka to come off for Pepe. Probably Xhaka will definitely stay on. Odegaard will stay on. Partey could come off when Lenny, just to rest his legs, is a bit injury prone. We could also see Zinchenko coming off for Cedric. So it just depends. We might not use all 5 subs, especially since our squad is not 100% fit. We might not see all 5 subs. My prediction for the game, I am going to go for, I think Crystal Palace will get a goal. I think it's going to be a tough first game. I think we'll get a win. So I'm going for Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 2. I'm hoping to get the win. I can see us getting 2 goals and then them getting 1 later on. But let's see how it goes. Let me know your prediction. Let me know if that is the lineup you think Arteta will go for. Let's hope we can get the win and open the season on a high. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.